Hello, welcome to our Everyday Changemaker series at the Blue Divide. In this series, we'll chat with people like you and me who employ domestic workers in their households. We'll talk to them about their relationship with their domestic worker and hear about their experience with them. Today, we have Jaagruti. Hi, Jaagruti. Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and the relationship that you hold with your house help?
Hi, Natanya. Yes, so I am Jaagruti. I am right now 27 years old. Unfortunately, I'm not directly employing a domestic help because I'm living with my parents. But back when I used to live an independent life, usually I've always tried to just have a very like friendly approach towards that relationship. I'm the kind of person who also like really enjoys talking to people and understanding about their lives. Just something that comes to me naturally. So I've managed to do that in those relationships as well. Not to say that I never get angry. I definitely do get sometimes angry when the work is not substandard.
All right. Thank you for your answer, Jaagruti. So I also am very curious to know if you have any anecdote where you've supported your domestic worker in any way.
Yes. So I'm going to share one of the anecdotes that is really close to my heart. It also really pushed me to like take some actions. And in general, I feel something that, I learned a lot from. So this is from 2 years back, the domestic in Bombay. And the head that used to come to my house used to live, nearby. She's a really like frail lady in her early 20s. And should all like very often not come. So when I started to develop a better relationship with her, she told me that her husband is abusive. Now, obviously, in that moment, you can't really do anything. And so, like, I would just talk to her and, time and again ask her questions about this. And she always said that there's nothing, I mean, he's not too violent. He just beats me sometimes. So she'd find like some or the other way to just rationalize his behavior. One day, this is like last week of December 2019, she comes and she literally had bruises on her face. And that's when I realized that, okay, this is not a situation where I can just not do anything at all. So I spoke to her and luckily enough, she was also in that stage where she really wanted to take some action. One, she had already kind of, agreed to file for a divorce. So that was great. So then I took her to an NGO's office. The NGO then told us about, the government-run mechanism of protection officers that basically, exists in all cities. And protection officers are the one who take care of cases of domestic violence. So we went to the office in Bombay, Chembur area, and we basically spent the day understanding all the details, figuring out how it could be done in a seamless manner. Of course, Bombay being Bombay, it was a much better experience than I would imagine in any other city. And then like over the next few days, I was continuously in touch with her. So it didn't happen like it wasn't something that I knew about already. It was also like for me also it was something that I was just figuring out on the go. The first step I took was just to like find out the right NGOs in the city and then just call them up, get the information. And that's true for almost all the cities. There will be NGOs that will be doing this kind of work. And then eventually, I mean, she left that house, she moved. There was like a lot of drama around there. I wasn't able to follow through the entire process. But the good thing was that like she did have people who were okay to support. So that's my anecdote.
That is inspiring. Thanks, Jaagruti. We'd also like to understand what motivated you and what were you feeling throughout this entire incident that you shared with us.
Yeah, I think it's a really in this case especially it's a very deep question because in that moment like when you see somebody come to your house with like literally bruises, and then when I asked her and she said that usne mara hai fir kal he hit me again, like it was like I felt very, very agitated. And obviously it's just something that I think nobody can can, feel very comfortable with. Like you're standing in front of somebody who has just been like, a few hours back, she's been hit by her husband. I felt extremely agitated, and I think that really pushed me a lot to action upon that. If it was just that feeling of, oh, I'm feeling bad for her, then maybe I might not have done everything. But I definitely felt super angry at that time, and I was like, okay, now right, I really need to do something. I was angry enough to like go to that house and talk to that guy, but she also knew better, so she was also not very encouraging of that. But yeah, I think that was my primary driver. Throughout the process, I think I felt a mix of like, the fact that, okay, there are systems, but of course the systems are designed in a way that like, at least a domestic help cannot just, go and do everything herself. That support system of basically taking her to that level of like, okay, that NGO or a protection officer, also is kind of lacking. So yeah, I mean, I think my feeling throughout that process was just positive and negative both.
Thanks a lot for sharing that, Jaagruti. So lastly, do you have any message for people who want to start off with this journey but don't know how to go about it?
Yeah, I think my first message would always be to just like go talk to her. And that's, I think that's where it all starts. It's really not at all, this is not, I mean, it's just like thinking of somebody as a part of your own circle, right? Like you can think of them as a friend, you can think of them as a, a sister or just an employee, anybody. But it's important to, think of them as more than just, our regular, like, oh, this is just a domestic help and I don't need to really interact with her. That's I don't think that's the right approach. So just starting that interaction is definitely important. And from there, it's just about figuring out, what is it that you could do? What is it that she wants?
Thank you so much, Jaagruti. It's been really nice talking to you.
Thanks a lot.
The Everyday Changemaker series is a part of Project Saheli that is brought to you by the Blue Divide. The Blue Divide is an endeavor to amplify the lives, voices, struggles, and strengths of women confined by the intersectional divide created by gender, class, and the nature of work in the informal economy. Through our website and social media, we hope to bring stories, articles, discussions, and more, and unearth a new discourse that involves the lives of women working in the shadow economy, supporting us as we continue to shine in the limelight. If our cause is something that resonates with you, and if you'd like to be an everyday changemaker too, please sign up for Project Saheli. The link is available on our website www.bluedivide.org. Thank you.